every single day, every day. Social media, that's it. Social media. Just how are you watching me right now? Maybe through a phone, maybe through a computer, maybe through a tablet, I don't know. But whatever thing you're using, it's on social media. It's either YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, whatever. Social media. So today, a young African with a smartphone can instantly see life in London, maybe Toronto, maybe Australia, maybe Dubai, maybe New York, anywhere, you name it. They see beautiful cities, modern infrastructure, high salaries. This is what I told you before, advanced universities, and a different lifestyle that appears easier. Easier. So, and they say to themselves, I have to share it, whatever. So, but another part is political instability and insecurity. Political instability and insecurity, how it's causing many Africans to leave their country searching for jobs, searching for better life abroad. So another reason educated Africans live is instability in their own countries. People want predictability, they want safety, they want to believe tomorrow will be better than today. But in countries facing, for example, political tension, for example, Somalia, you know what's happening there, insecurity, conflicts, unstable governments, you know, they say to themselves, my business cannot be run here. I'll be, it's vulnerable. It's like it's not gonna grow. I'm not going to have people coming from outside to buy things from me because there is war. So when there is a war in a country, it's real, it's very rare for the country to develop in terms of economy. So we should think of instabilities in Africa. We have to stop fighting each other. We have to stop these wars in Africa. Alright? A person may love their country, for sure. A person may love their country deeply, but still feel forced to leave because they want stability for themselves and their future family. You love your country, of course, but you think of your family, you think of yourself, you think of everyone you are helping. So you have to leave eventually. So this is especially true for highly skilled professionals who know their talents are valued internationally. For example, someone who knows that his job is paying a lot of money abroad, he says, instead of staying here in this country, which is not stable, which has instabilities, I'm going to shift. I'm going to move to Europe, to America, wherever. So what I can say, guys, political instabilities in Africa is another factor that is causing many African youth to leave the country searching for better life, for jobs, for money abroad. So we should fight instabilities in Africa. Let's stop fighting one another. Let's stop killing one another. Let's stop these divisions and be one Africa. The one Africa that Muhammad dreamt of. The one Africa that Kwame Nkrumah dreamt of. The one Africa that we all dream of. The one Africa. The Africa that is very united. One Africa. Let's stop this. So another part is colonial history and global inequality. Colonial history. Maybe you don't understand this, but I think many of you do. Yeah, I think you do. So some people argue that brain drain cannot be discussed without discussing history. As someone said, history ignored is history repeated. If we ignore history, we are of course going to repeat it. So today I bring to you some good news. Many African economies were shaped during colonial periods to export raw materials rather than build strong individual systems. Even today, Africa exports resources, imports finished goods, faces debt pressures. Let me be very clear on this. Africa, we are one of the continents which exports a lot of things, especially natural resources. But these natural resources are not finished. For example, gold. We export gold, many African nations. We export gold, but the gold is not purified yet. And when the gold is not purified, it has a lower price. So African nations, we should think of creating, of starting building the companies, the machines, whatever, to purify the raw materials that are very expensive at the market. You find, for example, this is actually what happened in Burkina Faso. Burkina Faso had gold mines, so they used to mine gold. After taking the gold, after digging out the gold, they took them to they took them abroad to be purified, and then they got low money. But now it's changing, which is something good, which is something other African nations can learn from. We should think of starting purifying the natural resources we have in Africa before sending them abroad. All right. So Africa will still struggle with unequal global economic systems. Our economic systems are not very good. So meanwhile, richer nations actively recruit African talents. They are taking our jobs, they are taking our natural resources, they are taking everything that could contribute to our future, to a better future. So there is a painful contradiction. Africa invests in educating people, but wealthier countries often benefit from their final results. Africa, we are teaching our generations studying, right? We are studying, of course, which is something good. But after finishing, we have no job opportunities in our country, and some of the people outside abroad, they are looking for people who can do the job. The youth, of course, we go. So some call this modern extraction of talents. I will have to explain this in another video itself. So instead of extracting gold or minerals, the world now extracts skilled human capital. They are using your brain, they are using you. You have to work 8 hours, whatever. So let's think of changing Africa. Let's think of purifying the natural resources we have in Africa. Let's first think of how we can make them expensive. All right, how we can purify them, because when minerals are purified, that's when they are expensive. All right. Now here is the important question: is leaving your country necessarily wrong when you are going to find money, when you are going to find a job, or when you are chasing your dreams, whatever? The answer is very complicated, and the answer can come in very many different ways. Some people criticize educated Africans who leave, saying they should stay and build their countries. Can you imagine? So, but let us be honest, people also have the right to seek better lives. I believe this. They have to think, I have a family to feed, I have this and that, so I must have money. So they start thinking of going abroad. So if someone works hard, studies for years, and receives a better opportunity elsewhere, can we completely blame him or her for taking it? Probably not. Probably not. Many still love their countries deeply. Some send money home every month. Some support their entire families. I don't know. Some invest in business back home. Some eventually return with the new knowledge and experience. This is something I like a lot. People going outside Africa but coming back after that to improve their own countries, to improve their nation. So guys, when going there, don't just think of staying. Think of coming back to improve your own nation. All right. So the issue is not simply about people leaving. The bigger issue is why staying often feels so difficult. You have no opportunities, you have nothing. So the last point I want to talk to you guys is what can we actually do as Africans? What can Africans actually do to solve this problem? Now let's focus on solutions. All right, let's focus on the real solution. If African countries want educated youth to stay, several things must improve. I believe this. We have to create more jobs. That's the first thing we must do. Economic growth must create opportunities for graduates and skilled workers. We need to think of creating many as possible jobs in Africa, because we're having many graduates in Africa who are finishing their studies but with no jobs. They have nothing to do. We should think of creating more jobs in Africa. Think of natural resources. Think of industrialization. Think of tourism. These are things which bring capital to the country. All right. The second thing is invest in innovation. Young people need environments where creativity and entrepreneurship are supported. Let me just give you an example. Most of the developed countries in the world are countries which improved innovation. Countries which started thinking of ways to create new things. NASA, for example, spaceships. That's a good idea. China, industrialization. China is one of the things which characterize China and also Russia is industrialization. These people are ahead of us. These people, they knew that in the industries are one of the main factors which can improve countries, and they did this years ago. we need to improve, we need to imitate. All right. The third thing is we should fight against corruption. I said this. Corruption will only kill many countries. Corruption will never improve anything. Corruption is a silent killer. Corruption is nothing but a killer. As long as we are still doing it, as long as we are still supporting it, we are going nowhere and we are coming from nowhere. We are just failing our grandparents. So we have to improve our working conditions, as I said, for doctors, nurses, wherever. So the last thing I want to talk to you is, what can the youth do? What can the youth do to improve this? Of course, this is mainly for the youth, for this generation, this present generation, because the older generation is fading away, is moving. We should think of us. How can we improve our continent? What can we do as the youth to fight against corruption, to fight against these stuffs of corruption, these stuffs of political stability, these stuffs of killing one another, these stuffs, everything that it's hindering our success, our unity. Who doesn't dream of one Africa? Who doesn't dream about that? Who doesn't dream about Africa being united as one? Who doesn't? So instead of fighting and killing one another, instead of going there and being ruthless and being violent, we should think of being united as one Africa. I'm saying this today, but I know it will be a reality in dreams, in years to come. I know it will be a reality. Maybe today is May 8th, 2026. I don't know the date, I don't know the time, I don't know anything about that, because I'm not God. I can't tell the future. But what I know is that Africa will one day be united, and I believe that. So if you believe also that, go in the comment section and write it. When the day will reach, you will be proud of it, man. You will be proud of it. So as the youth watching this video, as someone who also wants Africa to change, who is watching this video, I really appreciate you to start changing other people around you. I really appreciate that. If you can start doing that, that would mean the world to me. So we can change. So if you can change and I can change, we can change Africa. That's my saying from today. If you can change, repeat after me. If you can change, if I can change, we can change Africa. If you can change, if I can change, we can change Africa. See you in the next video. So I hope this video was very meaningful to you. This video was very helpful to you. See you in the next video. Thank you for being with me. It's Fanuel. Thank you.